Okay, so I just talked to you guys about how these circuits are equivalent. So Thevenin is equivalent to Norton and equivalent to this black box. So I could have just said this is that and this is that, and following on that example, going to graduate school, maybe you're going to go to work as an electrical engineer or a computer engineer, and you see a black box and they say, tell me what's inside, and you ask for a multimeter. You're given a multimeter. You measure these two parameters, or these two numbers here, and you plug it in. You say, I know exactly what's inside that black box. It is, let's say, 5 volts and 5 kilo ohms, or it is 1 milliamp and 5 kilo ohms. So let me actually write that. Assuming that you measured 5 volts, and assuming you measured 1 milliamp, you can divide the two. So 5 divided by 1 milliamp will give you 5 kilo ohms. And then you plug those in here and you say, okay, I can tell you between that red and black terminals there's either a 5 volts in series with 5K or a 1 milliamp in parallel with 5K, and those two are equivalent. Actually, I think it's equal. I don't know the sign for that. These two are equivalent circuits, this being the TEC and this being the NEC. In class, we're going to do many more details or much harder circuits than this, but for now, I'm going to talk about another problem, which is no ammeter use. Actually, I don't even know how to write this word. No ammeter. So if you get a multimeter that only has a voltmeter and ohm meter, then what do you do, right? So then you're gonna try to find just the TEC, which is just the voltage, and this resistance here. In this case here, then the black box has an on-off switch. So in that case, this here is the voltage, VTH, voltage measured with the switch on. That means with all the power supplies are turned on and you measure that voltage. But what happens is that the I stole this from Ty. So the RTH or the RN measured, it's the resistance. Oh, this is a bad color, huh? It's the resistance measured with the switch off. So in terms of circuits, I'm going to do an example. What happens is that we turn off the power supplies and measure the equivalent resistance between A and B. But then you get RTH. And from here, you can also get the Norton by dividing the voltage by the resistance. Then you would get the current, because in this case you don't have an ammeter. So this is the second way of finding a Thevenin equivalent or a Norton equivalent.